Hey folks, it's Troy at Microvello's Cameras. Fall is, falling upon us here, and if you want to get out and capture the best fall colors, maybe you need a new camera to do that. And Canon has some great cameras for those kind of fall adventures. If you are looking for the most compact camera you can get, but with a great high quality image, and you don't need a whole lot of zoom, check this out, the PowerShot G7X Mark III. Now, it's the one Canon point and shoot that we carry here in the store. It's got a nice articulating screen that can, fold down for, high angle type shooting, or fold straight up for like more of a waist level finder, or it can flip over when you're doing some selfie videos or stuff like that. What makes this little guy so darn special though is that it's got the 1-inch sensor inside. So 1-inch sensor is bigger than a typical point and shoot sensor and is definitely larger than what's in your smartphone. So if you want great quality image, you need a bigger sensor, and this guy has got it. So a 1-inch sensor, 20 megapixels of resolution, and a 4-power zoom that starts at 24 millimeter equivalent, so like a 24 to 100 equivalent zoom with a fast aperture of 1.8 to 2.8. That's really pretty slick. So if you want a higher end point and shoot with a great lens and a fantastic sensor, consider this, the G7 Mark III. Now, if you want to get more though into the interchangeable lens mirrorless camera field, well then Canon also has two cameras you definitely should consider. They're small, they're compact, they're lightweight, they're the type of camera you can take out there anywhere. So again, if you're heading out for the fall colors, maybe you're going to go take a hike out at Holy Hill or something, or you're going somewhere out there where you're going to be hoofing it around, and the less weight you have to carry, the better. And so for that, you ought to consider the Canon R100, a crop sensor body, so APS-C size sensor, very small body. You can see this here. There's no articulating screen, but still, it's a humdinger of a little camera, and this body and lens alone is selling for $600. Pretty fantastic. Then the step up from the R100 is the R50. We sell the R50 the same way as we sell the R100. That's with the 18 to 45 standard kit lens, but the two biggest points I would say that distinguish the R50 from the R100 is that the R50 does have that articulating screen, which is kind of nice, and it has a faster motor drive. This little guy does up to 12 and a half frames per second, whereas the R100 does, I think, around 6 frames a second. What makes them both awful special, though, is that they both have a microphone jack on them. You don't normally see a jack on a camera that's sort of at this price point with a microphone jack, so that's really cool. Built-in camera microphones, they're useful and they do the job, but they're not always the best microphones out there. So the fact that Canon has put a microphone jack on their lower priced cameras really impresses me. I think that's fantastic. And it is pretty cool that it just so happens that as we've got these cameras in stock, we also did just get in some new microphones. So we now do have this Rode Video Micro. So it's a very small microphone that can attach to these cameras. This little guy is selling for just $50. So you could get a body with a lens for $800, or a body with a lens for $600, and then for another $50, have a great external microphone to make your video recording even better and more professional sounding. So that's kind of fantastic. I think it is very important when you are considering a new camera to get your hands on it, to feel that camera that you are considering purchasing. And that is one of those things that having a locally owned camera store has that the internet will never. We want you to come in here to feel the camera, to see how it fits in your hand, to check out the ergonomics of the buttons and everything, because if you don't like the way a camera feels, well, then it doesn't really matter how great of a price you got on it. If you don't like the way the camera feels, if you don't like the size and shape of it, you're not going to take it out there with you, and you're not going to make pictures with it. And then you're not going to come back here and have us make up some great big enlargements for you and everything. So come on into the store, talk with one of our experienced salesmen here. Everybody here has been in the business for a long time. We're passionate about helping people. We want to get you the camera that's right for you. And maybe that might be a Canon camera. So come on by, check them out, and yeah, get back out there and then photograph and video the beautiful fall colors of Wisconsin, because we live in a really beautiful place. So, thank you for supporting local businesses. Thank you for letting us serve you, and I'll see you around.